Hey, it's Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny. Welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships, and...
Sex. It's not nearly as interesting me saying it. That's funny. Okay, topic for today is, if you're a man going through a divorce, do these three things.
Congratulations.
Oh. And it is, as depressing as it may be, and taking the beating that almost everyone takes.
Yeah.
Financially, physically, mentally. It is a fresh start. Whether you want it or not, it's a fresh start where you have a blank slate and you're able to reinvent yourself.
Exactly. It really is kind of a winning combination if you take advantage of the opportunity.
Exactly. And so we have three of the main things that you should do, or at least keep in mind, because you're going to feel kind of like a boat without an anchor.
Yeah.
You're kind of being tossed about, especially in the beginning. You're going to get all kinds of like bad suggestions because most people haven't been through this, or they go through it and they don't manage it well, or they have the best intentions but they don't really know what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
And so if you're a guy, and most guys are usually like late 30s or early 40s when they go through their first divorce.
Yeah.
Their first. If they've invested
You're
any
ever
time.
an optimist, honey.
Yeah. The number one thing we suggest is to get yourself into the gym and get into shape. It sounds very basic and elementary, but it has long-reaching benefits.
Yeah.
One, you're going to feel better. Two, you probably haven't had the time or the inclination to actually physically take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Two, somebody at some point is going to see you naked for the first time in 15 or 20 years.
Yeah.
And so it helps with not going, holy shit, I got a date tonight and I'm still 40 pounds overweight. Or,
right.
So you kind of get a head start. But the third thing is, it reaches out into every other facet of your life, and you feel better.
It's a huge confidence boost.
Yeah. And it's actually, we always want people to start getting some small wins right off the bat, and you actually start feeling better nearly immediately.
Yeah, 1000%.
And you can see results in the mirror and on the scale, and just in your own self-confidence rapidly. And again, you don't have to like we always try to convey to people, you don't need hours and hours a day or even a week. You just have to get in there 2 to 3 times per week.
Yeah.
And as a grown man, you start seeing results because you're really built to move.
Yeah.
But that's the number one thing that we've seen give the biggest benefit across the board to the most people right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Is getting yourself into shape, or at least get yourself out of being overweight.
There's no downside to exercising, especially if you're going through something like a divorce.
Yeah. And also, you have to consider that, the people that you're competing against, the other guys, on the market, most aren't in shape. So you give yourself a very strategic advantage. And girls are also looking for guys that aren't going to be having health problems.
Exactly.
So that's the number one thing. Number two?
Younger.
One of the foundational, actually, this competes with number one, is what people won't tell you is 10 years younger is where you want to start. Most guys will start dating girls that we say are age appropriate.
Yeah.
Or let's say you got married at 22, 23 and your wife was 21, and that's what you're used to. And your friends are, well, the fact is that once you hit late 30s, early 40s, or late 40s and 50s, women your age are harder on you than they are on men that are 10 years older.
Absolutely.
They see you as a peer. They see you as every guy that's ever given them a problem. They see you as the boss that has not given them a raise. They see you as their ex-husband. So sometimes it's better to get some distance from that group of people, and work with somebody that's 10, 15 years younger.
Yeah, absolutely. And we say start at 10, and really 10 to 15, just depending on your age.
Exactly.
And back to number one with the workout, if you're fit, if you are in great shape, if you are healthy, if you're confident, if you're well dressed, all of these things give you more leverage to have a larger span of girls to choose from.
Literally, if you're in shape, there isn't an age limit.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be surprised. You hear the stories, but you'll be surprised in your day-to-day life how it goes away.
Absolutely. 1000%.
And the third thing is know your goals.
Yeah.
You know, take some time, write it down, think about it.
This is an important one.
This is probably the most important thing, because this kind of sets up your strategy for going forward. Do you want to get remarried as soon as possible?
Yeah.
Did you buy a house in the exact neighborhood that your kids and your ex-wife are in, and you want to replicate the family and go 50-50? You know, you've got to know your goals. Or do you want to never get married again?
Exactly.
So that's the key.
I find that men seem to be in one of two camps. You know, it's like they either want to get in a relationship. They don't like being single. They want to get in a relationship as soon as possible. And so oftentimes they will kind of force something that isn't necessarily a great fit, or they go into dating without ever thinking that they ever want to be in a real relationship again, ever.
Mm-hmm. And you can also say, I want to spend a year dating around, and then change my. You can change your mind. Oh yeah,
you can change your mind.
You know, but your initial goals will decide your strategy and exactly how you approach it.
Yeah. I think those are 3 really good points to cover. If you like this podcast, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you or someone you know is going through a divorce and needs to hear this, please share it with them. If you haven't already and you are dealing with this kind of stuff and feel like you are starting from scratch and don't really know what the next steps are, Fort Worth's Basic Training 1 and 2 is an awesome bundle that will help you out in this area. So pretty much everything that we're talking about today in the podcast is also covered with 97 other things in Basic Training 1 and 2. So pick that bundle up. It is in the description box down below. And remember, in all things, we want you to win. Bye!